Hello, and now welcome to the Greek of Acts 17:10 through 15. So we begin verse 10 with Paul and Silas leaving Thessalonica. Remember, they got into trouble very quickly in Thessalonica, maybe somewhere between 2 weeks and 2 months. And the mob goes looking for Paul, and instead they find a convert named Jason. They kind of beat him up and some others. And so that gives us to verse 10, where Paul and Silas escape the city stealthily. And the brothers immediately at night sent out both Paul and Silas into Berea, which is to the south. So you're on the Ignatian Way, and then you head south to Berea down the Greek peninsula. So Psi is the key to hidden sigma, so we have hidden sigma alpha, which is what? Aorist, that's right. Then we have an augment here, so it's ekpempo. They sent. Aorist, active, indicative, third plural from ekpempo. Who, that is Paul and Silas, who, having arrived into the synagogue of the Jews. Okay, so gen is telling me ginomai. So this is paraginomai. Omai, it's deponent. And men are passive or middle participles. So aorist, middle deponent participle, nominative masculine plural, who, having arrived into the synagogue of the Jews, what is this? Who arrived? They went. Okay, who having arrived went into the synagogue of the Jews. There we are. This is a somewhat weird form. It's aphitemi. So it's a me verb of sorts. San, you should recognize by now as a third person plural. That's fine. Hitemi, why it does this, I don't know. It's aorist, basically. So this is the weirdo aorist of aphitemi, to go away, I guess. So who, having arrived, went into the synagogue of the Jews. Verse 11. Now these, that is the Jews at Berea, they were more noble than the ones in Thessalonica. Okay, some interesting stuff here that we haven't seen yet. So this is eugenes, but this is the ER version, eugenesteroi. So eugenes means noble, eugenesteroi means more noble. You can see the ER in there, like more noble. So it's called the comparative degree of the adjective. This is the imperfect of emi, who these were more noble. Now, a comparative more often takes what's called a genitive of comparison. So this is genitive plural, and I translated it than rather than of. Why? Because it's a genitive of comparison. You can feel it, right? More noble. You don't say more noble of, you say more noble than. So it kind of naturally follows. These were more noble than in Thessalonica ones. Substantive use of a prepositional phrase. En Thessalonike is a prepositional phrase, and then it's the in Thessalonike ones. Okay, who received the word with all eagerness. So this is dekomai, its deponent. Xi is the key to a hidden sigma, so we have a hidden sigma alpha, which is what tense? That's right, it's aorist, and there's the augment. So it's aorist, middle deponent, indicative, third plural from dekomai. Okay, reading, anakrinon test, this is a present active participle, nominative masculine plural from anakrino. Reading the daily, the according to day, reading daily the scriptures. Now here's an interesting, A introduces a conditional clause. There are two words for if, right? You have a on and a. There are basically four classes of conditions in New Testament Greek. So the nice one is the simple a with the indicative. If you are the Son of Man, come over here. That's a nice, simple assumption that it's true. If you are the Son of Man, and I'm assuming you are, so there's that. There's also a contrary to fact, which uses a with the little bomb on and a past tense. if I were a rich man, la da 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 da. So were is past tense, and in Greek they would put the little untranslatable particle on in the then part. So the if part is called a protasis, the then part is called an apodosis. So they would put an on, a little bomb, in the apodosis in a contrary to fact. Second condition. Third class condition is the on if. That's the conditional if, the iffy if, on. In fact, on, the little bomb, is in it, on. It's a plus on. That's more contingent. If I get there, we'll go to lunch. I don't know whether I will or not. It's a conditional, but so that's the third class condition. The fourth class condition uses the optative. And here we have the optative, the oi. So this is echo, third person singular. The oi, if these things would have thus, if these things would be so. So that's a potential optative. I would say that the optative here doesn't imply that it's sketchy, because we know that it's true, right? We know that Luke believes in the gospel, and so it's just for the Bereans who aren't clear. The Bereans don't know for sure. They're searching the scriptures if these things would be thus. So the indicative is the mood of factuality. The subjunctive is the mood of probability-ish, and then the optative is the mood of possibility, and uses more like the would kind of language. Okay, verse 12. Therefore, on the one hand, many from them believed. Okay, this is sigma alpha, aorist, right? Both of the Greek women, the prominent ones, so both of the prominent Greek women, and of the men, not a little. Again, notice how Luke mentions the women first, and the prominent women. He does this a lot. Verse 13, and as from the Thessalonica Jews, as they knew that also in Berea the word of God was announced by Paul. That's not in the right English order at all, is it? But you can see the sense, hopefully. They knew, so this is actually, gano is what tells me it's aorist. Son is a third plural ending here. Gano tells me it's aorist. As the Jews, there's nominative, the from Thessalonica Jews, so this is being used like an adjective, this prepositional phrase. And as the Jews from Thessalonica knew that, noun clause, also in Berea was proclaimed by Paul the word of God. Okay, this is aorist passive indicative, third person singular from katangelo. It's aorist passive, but it's missing a theta, so it's second aorist passive. They came, what tense is that? Ilth. It's aorist, that's right. They came also there. There's a crash of kai, a k, kake, and also there, shaking and troubling the crowds. Two present active participles, nominative masculine plural. Verse 14, and immediately then the brothers sent out the Paul to go into upon the sea. Apparently, Paul is the specific target here for some reason. You wonder, you wish you knew the rest of the story. Why were they so upset with Paul and not with Silas and Timothy? But we don't know. We don't have enough information. One lambda, internal lengthening, augment, this is aorist, apostello, ex apostello. This is a present deponent infinitive. Okay, and they remained, both Silas and Timothy, there. So the reason this has an accent is because Ted doesn't. So this is just the article. Don't let the accent fool you into thinking, oh, it's a neuter relative pronoun. Nope. The te, because the te doesn't have an accent, it's forced the ho to take it on. So, and they remained, that is, both Silas and Timothy remained there. Alpha, internal lengthening, this is the aorist of hupomeno, to remain. Okay, finally, verse 15, and the ones accompanying Paul, they led him to Athens, which is south. It's I think a fairly mountainous route to get from Berea Athens. In fact, I think it covers similar territory to what the marathon runner did, probably. This is not easy country, I don't think, to cover. But the ones who helped Paul escape Berea lead him down into Athens. Agag, this is Ariston. And having received a commandment, they left. Oh, okay. Having received a commandment, they left. It was having received, Labing and Ariston, a commandment to Silas and Timothy, in order that quickly they might come to him. They left. So after they had received this commandment, the ones who accompanied Paul, they left. So this is ex hemi, and this is again aorist, weird form, aorist active indicative third plural, ex hemi. So they left, having received the commandment to Saul, in order that they might come quickly to him. Hina introduces a purpose or result clause, probably a purpose clause here. And so we expect a subjunctive. Subjunctive is coming when we see a hina in the New Testament. And here it is. So this is aorist because of the elf, but it's subjunctive because of the long connecting vowel. Aorist, active, subjunctive, third plural from erchomai. In order that they might come to him as quickly as possible. So taku means, I think, quick. EST, quickest, as quickest. So basically to come very quickly, as quickly as possible. Okay, well, there you have it. Some fun Greek today, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.